Something massive just moved across the ocean, and it's heading straight toward Iran. Not a rumor, not speculation, a real US Navy deployment happening right now. And the reason behind it? That's where things get dangerous. Pause for a second, because this isn't routine. The US Navy doesn't just move major assets for no reason. Every movement is calculated. Every decision sends a message. So ask yourself, what message is being sent right now? Here's what we know. In the past few days, military tracking systems picked up unusual activity, large-scale movement, heavy naval presence, strategic positioning, and it's all pointing toward one region, the Middle East. More specifically, waters near Iran. But here's the twist. This isn't just about showing power. It's about timing, because this movement didn't happen randomly. It comes at a moment when tensions are already high, political pressure, regional conflicts, rising uncertainty. Everything is already on edge. And now, this. Now this is where it gets serious. The US Navy has deployed assets that are not used lightly. We're talking about high-value naval units, the kind that are usually reserved for critical situations, deterrence, protection, or preparation. Let that sink in. So the question is, which one is it? Is this a warning, a signal to Iran, or something more? And what happens next is unexpected, because behind this movement, there may be a deeper strategy unfolding, one that goes far beyond just one country, one that could reshape the balance of power in the region. But here's the part no one is talking about. This isn't the first time something like this has happened. And the last time, things escalated fast. So what exactly has the US Navy moved? Why now? And what could this trigger next? Because once you see the full picture, you'll realize this isn't just a military move. It's a signal, a warning, or maybe the beginning of something much bigger. Now this is where it gets serious. What the US Navy moved isn't just massive, it's strategic power. At the center of this movement, an aircraft carrier strike group. We're talking about a floating military base, dozens of fighter jets, missile defense systems, destroyers, cruisers, all moving together, all connected, all ready. Pause for a second. An aircraft carrier doesn't travel alone. It comes with protection, layers of defense, layers of attack, which means this isn't just presence. This is preparation. But here's the twist. This group didn't just appear near Iran. It was redirected, shifted from another region, which means someone made a decision, fast. And that raises a question. What changed? Because military movements like this take planning, logistics, coordination, timing. You don't just decide overnight, unless something urgent forced it. And what happens next is unexpected, because alongside the carrier, other assets are being positioned. Submarines, surveillance aircraft, support vessels, some visible, some not. Now think about that. Not everything is being shown publicly, which means there's more happening beneath the surface, literally. And here's where tension spikes. Iran is watching, closely, every movement, every signal, every shift in position. Because from their perspective, this isn't defensive. This looks like pressure, and pressure creates reaction. Now pause, because history matters here. We've seen this pattern before. Military buildup, signals, warnings, and then escalation. Not always immediate, but gradual, step by step, until one moment changes everything. But here's the most important detail. No official statement fully explains this move, which creates uncertainty, and uncertainty is dangerous. Because when both sides are guessing, mistakes happen, miscalculations, overreactions, and that's how situations spiral. So now, the situation stands like this. A powerful US naval force, positioned closer to Iran at a time of rising tension, without clear explanation. So ask yourself, is this meant to prevent conflict or prepare for it? Because in part 3, we're breaking down what this could actually lead to, the possible scenarios, and why this moment could decide what happens next in the region. So what does this really mean? Is this just a show of force or the beginning of something much bigger? Let's break it down. There are only a few realistic scenarios here, and none of them are simple. First, deterrence. The US could be sending a message, a warning, don't go further. This is how power works at this level. You don't always attack. Sometimes you position. You show strength to avoid using it. But here's the twist. Deterrence only works if the other side backs down. So what if they don't? Second scenario, escalation. Not full war, not yet, but small moves, testing limits, increased patrols, closer encounters, aggressive signaling, each side pushing just a little more. And here's the danger. It only takes one mistake, one misread signal, one wrong move, and suddenly it's no longer controlled. Pause for a second, because this is how many conflicts begin, not with a plan, but with a moment. Now this is where it gets uncomfortable. There's a third possibility, preparation. Not immediate action, but getting ready, just in case. Positioning forces, securing locations, building presence. So if something happens, they're already there. And that's what makes this moment different, because once forces are in place, the threshold for action becomes lower. Faster decisions, shorter timelines, less room for diplomacy. And what happens next could change everything. Because this isn't just about the US and Iran. Other countries are watching closely. Allies, rivals, regional powers, each one calculating, each one preparing. Because if this escalates, it won't stay contained. Energy routes, global markets, regional stability, everything is connected, and a single spark can travel far. Now think about this. Why move such a powerful force right now? Timing is never random. There are signals we don't see, intelligence we don't hear, decisions made behind closed doors, which means this move is part of a bigger picture. But here's the most chilling part. We're only seeing the surface, because for every visible ship, there are unseen elements, cyber operations, intelligence activity, diplomatic pressure, a silent game happening alongside the visible one. And the outcome, still uncertain. So where does this lead? Best case, tensions cool down. The message is received, nothing more happens. Worst case, a chain reaction begins. Moves, counter-moves, escalation. And suddenly, the region is on the edge. Because history has shown us one thing. Big conflicts don't always start with big events. Sometimes they start with movements, positioning, signals, just like this. Right now, ships are in motion, forces are aligned, decisions are being made, and the world is watching. Because in moments like this, the line between warning and action becomes dangerously thin. And once that line is crossed, there's no going back.